Hi, I'm Dionne. Welcome to my studio. Today we are going to be creating some drawings, which are then going to turn into paintings and then collage, all in the style of Matisse. So we are going to have a look at this image here. So this is Matisse, who's quite poorly, stuck in bed, but he's still making and he's still drawing. So it didn't stop him. He was like, right, I'm in bed, but I need to make. I'm gonna create some new drawing tools that allow me to visualize what I have in my mind. So we are going to embrace our inner Matisse and we are going to create our very own drawing tools. So we're going to start with a stick. I've got a bamboo stick here in my studio and I've got my pencil. And then it's very high tech. We're going to hold them together. We're going to get our masking tape and we are going to attach them. So I'm just going to slowly move this round until you'll get a feel for it, until it feels a bit more secure. And you might like to develop this further and put paintbrushes on the end. You might like to do some chalk. There's all sorts of fun things that you can use, basically anything that makes a mark, but we're just going to start off with a pencil. And I've got a graphite pencil here just because it gives a nice, solid, quite thick line. So I'm using my graphite pencil. So now I think that's quite well attached. So once you've got it like that, so you can just put a bit of pressure on it and it doesn't just ping out. Then you need to have your paper up somewhere. So it might be up on the wall in the classroom if there's a spare wall space. It might be up on the wall by your bedside. It might even be on the floor if that's easier for you. If you can't find that wall space, you just need that bit of distance. So I've got mine up here on my easel just so that I can show you. But yeah, I might experiment after this by putting it on the floor, putting it on the wall, and just see how I can create different marks from different distances. So I'm just going to move back slightly just so that you can see my drawing rather than me. So I'd like you to play with holding it from a real distance far away and then maybe a bit closer, but looking back to that image of Matisse where he's there in bed and it's from quite a distance. He's drawing right up on the wall to create his portrait, I think it is, that he's drawing. And we are going to focus on portraits. So we're going to think of ourselves. Now, this isn't going to be the most detailed drawing, but thinking about Matisse, we're thinking about simplifying things. So Matisse simplifies those shapes, those features. So we are going to do just that. So I'm going to start off with a really simple face shape. I'm going for my own face shape. And actually, I'm just noticing I'm holding this to steady it, but really do practice and experiment with holding it in different ways. So you might find that actually you like holding it right at the end, and that's fine. So you're the artist, you're in charge. I'd like you to really play and enjoy with this amazing drawing tool that you've created. So I'm just going to pop some eyes in. And like I said, it's quite hard to get any particular detail, but we're not really worrying about detail because we are going for Matisse. Now, I don't even think Matisse would like draw proper features in. I think he'd just go for your most important information that kind of tells you a bit about your face. So I think I'm going to put my eyes in because I think my eyes are quite prominent, and maybe my big hair. I'm going to put my hair in. And then just maybe just a little hint of a smile. But this is just step one. I also need to give myself a neck and some shoulders. So again, just do this nice and big. Keep it really, really simplified. And then what I'm going to get you to do, once you've drawn out your really, really basic outline, and yeah, it's going to be very simplified, so please don't feel disheartened by it being maybe wobbly lines, really embrace that. And then what we're going to do is, if I just pull you a bit closer so you can see my masterpiece in the making, I'm going to get you to start introducing a bit of paint. So start filling in. I'm going to fill in that face shape. So I'm really not going to worry about any particular features. I'm just thinking, like Matisse, for those really bold, simplified shapes. So I might actually paint over that mouth I've drawn in and just keep it about the face shape. So I'm just going for really solid blocks of colour, and those of you that have done continuous line drawings with me before, and where we filled in those blocks, it's quite similar to that. So I'd like you to, but you're going for kind of bigger shapes, so you are deciding which shapes you want to include, which ones you want to take out, just like Matisse did. So he really edited those things that are around him and just pulled out the things that he felt were really, really important. So once I've done that, I'm going to start using my paper. So I'm going to start ripping and sticking. So yeah, Matisse used scissors. He did use scissors, but I quite like ripping paper. So you can approach that in whatever way feels most comfortable for you. So then I'm going to start filling in the other spaces, and again I'm going to decide where those spaces are and what feels important and what doesn't feel important, and I'm going to slowly fill up all of the white spaces. So that's the most important thing, is to get all of that white paper covered with all of those lovely interesting pieces of texture and colour.